Namaste from Sutra Network, India. The news for today are as follows. China pushes for a new global order. India and Russia stand with it. At the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin, Chinese President Xi Jinping called for a multipolar world, advocating for a new global order that centers the global south and reduces the dependence on the US dollar. Together with India's Prime Minister Modi and Russia's President Putin, Xi emphasized that a new SCO development bank and alternative financial systems should be established to challenge the existing Western institutions. He even floated an AI cooperation center and invited the SCO countries to participate in China's lunar research station, all signaling a strategic shift in global alliances. US President Donald Trump claims that India has offered to drop all tariffs on the US goods. The US President has announced that India has proposed completely eliminating tariffs on American imports, a bold gesture during an escalating trade dispute. However, India's government has not confirmed the claim. The key facts we can see from this is that the claim reflects mounting tensions over trade, especially with the US slapping higher tariffs on India. The move, whether symbolic or substantive, signals India's possible interest in easing the bilateral trade strains. European Union president's plane hit by suspected Russian GPS jamming. In alarming developments tied to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Bulgaria has accused Russia of interfering with the GPS navigation of a plane carrying the president of the European Commission. The suspected targeting forced pilots to rely on paper maps, an unsettling reminder of how technological warfare is increasingly shaping global crisis. France and UK-led coalition of the willing to secure Ukraine's future. France and the UK are spearheading a coalition, nicknamed the Coalition of the Willing, to discuss long-term security guarantees for Ukraine once peace is achieved. Dozens of countries are expected to participate in Thursday's virtual summit aimed at building a framework for Ukraine's recovery and future stability. Indian government to slash taxes on everyday products from shampoos to hybrid cars. Prime Minister Modi's administration has announced a sweeping consumption tax cut, at least 10% points, on about 175 essential products including shampoos, TVs and hybrid vehicles. The reduction is significant and likely aimed at boosting domestic consumption. The coverage spans both household goods and eco-friendly vehicles, signaling a dual economic and environmental agenda. OpenAI plans for 1 gigawatt data center in India. OpenAI is preparing to establish a massive data center in India as a part of its global Stargate AI infrastructure rollout. The company has also formed an entity in India and is expected to launch in New Delhi later this year. A gigawatt power means tens of thousands of homes could run on it simultaneously, where India is already one of OpenAI's biggest user bases. India is likely to receive above-average monsoon rainfall in September. India's meteorological predictions show likely above normal rain this September, after 5% above average monsoons in August. The rainfall could help agriculture and water reserves but also raise flood risks. The sky seems to have turned generous, but too much charity. The Indian government permits unrestricted production of ethanol from sugarcane and molasses. India has lifted volume restrictions on ethanol production using sugarcane juice, syrup, and all types of molasses for the year 2025 and 2026. This is a pivotal boost for renewable energy. The policy aims to enhance ethanol blending, reduce carbon emissions, and benefit the farmers. India is among the bidders for 2030 Commonwealth Games. India has officially submitted a bid alongside Nigeria to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. The Games will reach their centennial in 2030, and India's proposal, including a massive new stadium in Ahmedabad and government guarantees, aligns with its broader goal to host the 2036 Olympics. Women's cricket takes a leap forward. The International Cricket Council (ICC) has upped the prize money for the Women's 50-over World Cup in 2025 to a staggering $13.88 million, surpassing the men's 2023 prize pool. The champions will receive $4.48 million, well above the $4 million given to the men's winners. Every one of the 8 participating teams is guaranteed $250,000. The ICC chairman Jay Shah has hailed the move as a historic milestone towards gender equality in cricket. The tournament kicks off on September 30 in Guwahati with Pakistan's matches held in Colombo.